What would you do if your home stopped feeling like yours because your mother-in-law moved in? That's exactly what happened to me. When my wife suggested that her mom stay with us for a little while, I didn't think much of it. Her mom was between places, and we had the space, so it felt like the right thing to do. I thought maybe a few weeks, a month tops. I mean, she's my wife's mom. How bad could it be, right? Well, fast forward almost a year later, and she's still here. And it's not just that she's here. It's that she's completely taken over our home. At first, I tried to be polite. I didn't want to seem like the son-in-law who couldn't handle a house guest, but little by little, the boundaries started disappearing. She took over the kitchen completely. I'd come home from work and find everything rearranged. Pans in new spots, spices I couldn't find, even food I'd bought for myself just gone. If I tried to cook, she'd hover over me, making comments about how I was doing things wrong. Eventually, I stopped trying to cook altogether because it just wasn't worth the headache. Privacy? Forget it. She has this habit of just walking into rooms without knocking. Our living room stopped being ours. It became her space. She'd sit there all day, TV blaring, commenting on every little thing I did. And the worst part? Our bedroom, the one place I thought we'd at least have to ourselves, didn't even feel private anymore. I always had this constant awareness that she was right down the hall, always around, and you can probably guess what that did to our marriage. Intimacy? Yeah, that took a huge hit. It's hard to feel close to your spouse when her mother is practically living on top of you. I felt like a stranger in my own home, like I was just existing there instead of living there. I finally hit a breaking point. One night, I sat my wife down and told her exactly how I was feeling, that I loved her, but this arrangement wasn't working, that I needed my home back. And do you know what she said? She brushed it off. She told me her mom had nowhere else to go, that I needed to be more patient, more understanding. She acted like I was overreacting, like my feelings didn't even matter. That crushed me, because it wasn't just about the space anymore. It was about us. I felt like she was choosing her mom's comfort over our marriage. And honestly, I started resenting both of them. So I went to Reddit. I laid it all out. The timeline, the takeover, the lack of privacy, the intimacy problems, and the way my wife defended her mom. I just needed to know, was I being unfair? Was I the bad guy for wanting my own house back? And man, the responses came flooding in. People were overwhelmingly on my side. Comment after comment said, "You're not crazy. This isn't sustainable." A lot of them told me that this was a boundaries issue, and that my wife and I needed serious marriage counseling before resentment tore us apart completely. Some even shared their own horror stories about in-laws moving in, and let me tell you, it made me feel a lot less alone. One comment really stuck with me. You don't just marry a person, you marry their family. But that doesn't mean their family gets to move in and run your house. And they were right. I married my wife, not her mother. Our home should be ours, not a permanent guest room for someone who doesn't even respect our space. I don't know exactly how this is going to end. I love my wife, but I can't keep living like this. What I do know is that something has to change. Whether that's setting firm boundaries, pushing for counseling, or finding another solution for her mom. Because right now, I feel like a stranger in my own life, and that's no way to live. So yeah, that's my reality. My mother-in-law moved in, and somewhere along the line, I lost my home.